Midday in the desert of Central Australia, a dust devil, a whirlwind in miniature, races across the roasting land. It's so hot that a thermometer in the sun reached 140 degrees and then burst. Solid granite boulders blister and crack. Little moves in the oppressive heat, animal or human. The only creatures abroad are insects and reptiles, cold-blooded creatures that revel in the furnace-like temperatures. This is the land of the Aborigine. But it was not always his home. Scientists say that he arrived here some 10,000 years ago, but exactly where he came from is not certain. Some believe that he migrated from Java. Others claim he originated in Europe and is a relative of prehistoric man. Certainly, he's the most ancient branch of the human race still surviving. But if scientists are unsure, the Aborigine himself is certain of his origins. The tribesmen that live here know that they sprang from this mountain, Ayers Rock. This, you might say, is their Garden of Eden. The rock is vast, over 2 miles long and 1,000 feet high. And every crack, every scar on the rock has a meaning to the people of this land. For they believe that here, during the dream time, the creation period, when the world was flat and lifeless, giant half-human spirits rose from the ground to populate the earth. These pockmarks were once the camp of the ancestral rat people. Nearby, a gigantic detached pillar of rock represents the totem pole around which they danced. These deep pits were made by spears thrown in a titanic battle among the snake people, and this cave was once the home of the ancestral moles. The tribesmen decorated many of the rock walls with sacred ritual paintings, for the mountain, in fact, is a gigantic shrine, brooding over the desert, which starts at its feet and stretches for hundreds of miles in all directions, waterless, barren, and empty. And so the land provides the Aboriginal with everything he needs with a minimum of exploitation. He grows nothing. He domesticates no animal except the dingo dog, which he brought with him when he first came into this country. The land provides all to those who understand its secrets and its mysteries. And so it's scarcely surprising that it's in the land itself that the Aboriginal sees his gods, and his walkabouts become his pilgrimages. For on them, he revisits the ancient sites that mark the places where the ancestral spirits first emerged onto the earth in the dream time. Ayers Rock is one of them, but it's now deserted. But still, in remote parts of the country, there are sites where the old rituals continue. And I was taken to such a secret place by a man of the Walby tribe. His name was Tim. He had learned English when he was in the army during the war, so we were able to talk easily. Together, we went to a rock many miles from the settlement, a rock sacred to the great ancestral python, Yarrabiri, which emerged here during the creation, the dream time. Tim, tell me about these paintings. What's this one?
Snakes.
Snake?
Snake. Yarrabiri.
Yarrabiri.
Dreaming.
From the dreaming time?
Dreaming time to call Yarrabiri snake.
Yeah. Is he like an ordinary snake?
And now it's really snake of dreaming.
A spirit snake?
A spirit snake.
And where does he live?
Oh, he live in there.
Where, down here?
And this hole here. Is that hole down there?
Yeah.
There's spirit in there, really. And nobody can see it.
You've never seen him?
No. The hole that's come out here need to make all the tracks we see of his track.
So you see his tracks?
Yes, that's spirits of the Yarrabiri snake in there.
Yeah, and this place, why do you put this this painting of it on this place?
Well, the Yarrabiri, they made the Lord have a painting on this rock.
The snake made the law that you had to? Yeah.
It's the first snake in the world, the Yarrabiri.
Yeah.
They made the whole world.
He made the whole world?
Oh, yes.
And what are these things alongside there?
The man, black fella.
There's a black fella?
Black fella, he said, have the drawing on his spirit rocks.
The snake said that you must put these drawings on the spirit rocks.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And what's in here?
That Tjuringa of the Yarrabiri dreaming.
Can I see him?
Yes.
And this is what?
Meanings.
What's this?
Meaning.
Yeah.
Walbury country.
The snake country.
Yeah.
And what's this?
The black fellow, we.
That's the black fella, you.
Yes.
Yeah. And this?
Spear, where we have a spear.
A spear.
By law.
Yes. And this?
That's the little scarber snake.
The carpet snake.
Yeah, Yarrabri.
Yeah.
Sun.
Yarrabri's son. Uh-huh. And what's this?
Ribbon. Yarrabri's ribbon.
Yarrabri's ribbon. Yeah. So this tells the people who now come, the younger men, it shows them the way they must paint their bodies?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, really. It's right.
And so, in many years to come, the Tjuringa will show to the young men the way of custom.
Yes, we have a school.
Yeah.
School.
It's like a school.
School.
Yeah.
We tell every story on this meaning here.
Yes.
And they'll be know when we die, they'll come read all about it in this cave, or that's what they had, all people had this meaning and story, and we'll have ceremony same way.
And they'll have the ceremony the same way.
Yeah.
And so this is a book.
It's the book.
And it's a law.
Yes.
It's Yarrabri's law.
Yarrabri's law.
Not all Tjuringas are of wood. Some are of stone. The large one here, they say, is the tongue of an ancestral dingo dog. These stone tablets have been cherished by these people for generations. They are very sacred and also extremely secret. If an uninitiated person should happen to see them, by tradition, he would be hacked to death with the Tjuringas. An ironstone pebble is ground to produce red ochre, so that the men may paint both the Tjuringas and their own bodies. Already the man, his mind filled with thoughts of the snake god, is moving his body in a snake-like way. As the men trace the patterns with their fingers, so the myths and the legends about Yarrabiri that explain the origin of mankind live in the men's minds. They are preparing for a ceremony in which the snake itself will come to life in mime. Once more, the sacred rock is decorated with the magical designs, paying homage to the ancestral snake. These ceremonials are an expression of the Aborigine's attitude to the world in which he lives, the world which has provided him with weapons and food and drink. By practicing the cults, he enters into communion with the incarnate spirits of the land, which give a meaning to his life and from which he draws strength, solace, and confidence. When his world changes, when he ceases to hunt the kangaroo but gets his meat in a tin from a store, when he no longer drinks from a rock pool but draws water from a borehole tap and is handed tea and sugar, shirts and trousers free from the government, then the direct bond with nature is broken, and his religion, and often his life, loses its meaning. Over most of Australia, this has already happened. Soon it will happen here too, and little will be left except the enigmatic paintings, lonely and fading in the desert.